From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Wednesday, January the 11th, 2023. An Israeli man was stabbed by a Palestinian in the West Bank this evening. The IDF said a terrorist arrived at Chavat Yehuda, said to be an illegal outpost in the Hebron Hills, and stabbed an Israeli citizen. The civilian was evacuated to a hospital for medical treatment. The terrorist neutralized at the scene. The Times of Israel saying he was shot and later died of his wounds. The victim, said to be in his 30s, was reportedly in moderate condition at the hospital. Earlier today, Palestinian gunmen reportedly opened fire at an IDF base and security checkpoint in the northern West Bank. The Times of Israel citing a police spokesman saying that Israeli forces returned fire and there were no injuries. IDF troops are searching the area for the gunmen. Turkey's new ambassador to Israel, Shakish Ozkan Toranlar, presented his credentials today to Israel's President Isaac Herzog. The position has been empty for over 4 years, with the suspension of ties between Israel and Turkey, and today's ceremony follows the restoration of full diplomatic relations between the two countries, which happened this past August. Herzog noted to Toranlar that it was moving to hear the Turkish national anthem played at the president's residence, and said of the historic ties with Turkey, it is a relationship that has known crises in the past, but is now, to our delight, on a very encouraging trajectory. Herzog said, I am sure that we will all continue strengthening the relations between our countries from a place of mutual respect, hand in hand, for the sake of a better and more promising future for our peoples and our region. Herzog also officially inviting Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan to Israel. And staying with Herzog, the president weighed in on the divisive controversy over the new government's plan to overhaul the justice system in Israel, with strong opponents of the reforms claiming they will dismantle the country's democracy and holding protests. Its proponents saying the new reforms will strengthen democracy. Herzog, trying to calm the situation, said in the last few days, I have been working and holding conversations with many parties and doing everything in order to bring about the existence of a dignified and respectful dialogue, hoping to reach as broad an understanding as possible. I appeal to you, elected officials and citizens of Israel from the entire public and political spectrum, show restraint and responsibility. A co-founder of Israel's Shas party has died. Rabbi Shimon Badani helped create the Sephardic ultra-Orthodox party and was one of its spiritual leaders. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called Badani a great scholar and spiritual leader. Herzog calling his death a huge loss to the world of Torah. Badani died today after a long illness. He was 94 years old. A treasure trove of pre-war Jewish artifacts were found during construction in Poland. The JTA reports over 400 items, including menorahs and Kiddush cups and everyday utensils, all wrapped carefully in newspaper, were discovered by construction workers during the renovation of a tenement building in Łódź, not far from the Łódź ghetto, where the city's Jews were imprisoned during the Holocaust. Director of the Municipal Investments Board, Agnieszka Kołowska-Wojcik, called the discovery remarkable. She said these are extremely valuable historic items that testify to the history of the inhabitants of this building. She said the items were being carefully cleaned and inventoried and would be transferred to the Archaeological and Ethnographic Museum. There, she said, I hope a special public exhibition will be prepared. Well, the 80th Golden Globe Awards were held last night in Beverly Hills, recognizing the best in film and television. Among the Jewish winners, Julia Garner for her work on Ozark, Justin Hurwitz for the score of Babylon, and Steven Spielberg, who won Best Director for his semi-autobiographical film, The Fabelmans, which also won Best Picture Drama. Spielberg, in his speech, thanked his three sisters, his late father, and late mother, saying she is up there cavelling about this right now. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Wednesday, January the 11th. At 7 o'clock, it's Talmud Study. At 7:30, a look at Iranian Jewry. At 8, Jane Gerber talks about the shaping of Sephardic Jewry. At 9, part 2 of Mark Golub Sit Down with Rabbi Elie Abadie. At 10, it's the ZOA Book Club. And coming up next, it's Thinking Out Loud. And that's the JBS News Update for Wednesday, January the 11th, 2023. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy. Stay well.